Welcome everyone, it's Sacred Dragamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be leveling some gear for a very specific character. Tavrel. While we are looking for gear in other forms. His main stat is debuffer, so we're trying to give him as much accuracy as I can for the time being. Okay, so we're gonna have to sell some artifacts. While we're at it. But who are we going to sell? Because trust me, in the end, I have to sell a lot of artifacts. I have to deal, trade, and sell in artifacts. It is a necessary evil to sell my 4 stars. Because there is literally no champion I can currently use it on. Not this phase of the game. And that's a fact. That is just a fact. Not exactly what I wanted. But we'll level this artifact as well. Gotta get it to 8. Let's start this guy's journey. Unlock Unlocking a substat, crit damage, not bad. Speed is not a bad substat either. Let's ascend him. Okay. Any comments? Besides my own, obviously. So now... Okay. I'm actually going to progress. Only 6 and above. I am going to progress. There we go. Good. I will be helping Tyrell some more later. There we go. Ooh, there's the decreased attack. That's juicy. Boom, that was clean. I'm probably going to be promoting Tyrell in the future. I'm going to give him accuracy though, because his big thing is decrease attack. And without his accuracy, it's not going to do much. He's not going to do much without accuracy. Clear him out. Because the main purpose of Tyrell his main purpose is to do specific stuff. Singing Steel is beginning to do stuff. Let's keep progressing. These enemies from memory are highly annoying. Yeah, from memory, these enemies are really annoying. I want to go down further on the path that leads to madness. See if we can take this boss on and live. I can't be certain we will. But if there's a time in my history that I could have potentially done this, now's the time. Now is the time. Other than, of course, helping Tyrell. Because I honestly think Tyrell could help me solo this. What was that damage? Okay, yeah, no, we can't fight this. What was that damage? Wow. Wow. Okay. I underestimated that boss drastically. Okay. Well, we are just gonna fight the stage before it. And, yeah, I am going to need to do a lot to beat that boss. Because, dear Lord, is that boss nasty. That boss is nasty. Because I've gotta try my best. I'm gonna see if I can go further in the Sacred Order crypts, because I think I have a really nasty team that I can use for that. I mean, my High Elves is nasty, but it's not as nasty as maybe my Sacred Order. I'm starting to think my Sacred Order has surpassed my High Elves, at least until I improve Tyrell. Oh, come on! Please, thank you. Nice. We needed that, because, again, I'm actually trying to make food recently, believe it or not. For the next the next 6-star recipient. I've got 4 so far. Then I've got some more after that. So, we're going to start from here and progress down. You're just going to want to lace that time compression in there. Only non-6-star in here is Mother Superior. And she doesn't really need to be a 6-star, although I'll probably end up 6-starring her anyway, because I like the Sacred Order so much. It's more urgent that I do Tyrell though, because Tyrell has some irreplaceable stuff in his kit. Yeah, you're going to want to target that Seer before she wrecks your team. As you go up, these enemies start getting rougher and rougher. And starts requiring more and more silver to really gamble. Because I have to keep trying to get XP on food champs, because making 6 stars is actually a very expensive business. No. Get a weaken. There we go. That's how you do it. Okay. We're slowly making our way down. We're doing it. I'm probably going to help Aethel out in the end some more, so she can get some better nukes off, because her gear still needs improvement. Gotta keep time compressioning that. And obviously, I need to give my Mother Superior more resistance so that she can survive this easier. As I know with Godseeker, there we go. Block his revive. Just to stop it. Alright, so we've made it all the way to stage 12. Have we beaten stage 12 before? No, we have not. This might be a first if we do it. Ooh, we got an epic book. We needed that. We needed an epic book, trust me. Because, you see, epic books add up for CVC points, and they add up for a bunch of other stuff. I doubt we're going to make it to the boss, but I wasn't expecting to. That wasn't the point. The point is to try to get closer to the boss. That was the point. And closer to endgame. To make it closer to endgame, obviously, I'm going to have to farm food off screen, like. Because what you don't see is I do farm a lot of Brutal Campaign for food. And I'll do Nightmare Campaign later for gear. Also, Aetha will need better gear, right? More leveled up gear. She needs high attack. High attack gear. That also makes her squishier. I actually am thinking I'm going to help Mother Superior out if I don't get a better Sacred Order healer. Which, you never know. I could. Besides Godseeker Neri, who does heal a fair amount, but I'm still thinking that I might end up getting some crazy Sacred Order champ. 'Cause here's the thing. There's a lot of good champs in the Sacred Order. Like, a lot of good champs. Might as well use up these keys. Do more crypt bosses just to prove that we can. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot beat. See, the biggest problem I have with beating it goes like this. So, I'm going to need Tyrell to stop being a weak link. Tyrell and Royal Guard. I'm going to need to actually develop them. Which may seem like a bad thing, and it can be. But remember that I get a lot of faction wars rewards for beating this. I get a lot of rewards. There's a reason I do faction wars. Is because it gives me a lot of rewards. to do this. And also to do tag arena, but I mean, okay, you know what? I'll make a deal. I'll just show some of this. I'll show some tag arena, shall we? Because, yeah, I mean, my main goal of Tag Arena is to do that. Do that a lot to low power teams. Just maybe often I'll just run it on auto, do something else. I know that sounds irreverent, but to be honest, I have other things to observe, like Elden Ring and stuff, rather than just to fight Tag Arena all day. And believe me, the amount of Tag Arena I actually have to do is staggeringly high. Because there's tournaments, there's things I have to buy like ancient shards with this and stuff. Now, ancient shards have a lot of use for me because they're my main primary source of a lot of champions, including like a lot of advanced champions, legendaries, epics, all of that kind of deal. They're my main source because the other shards are criminally rare to the point where they're criminally rare to the point where it's just not worth it. You can tell I've been gearing up my my ninja, can't you? Because I have. Because I have to have him do enough damage to do some Doom Tower nonsense. Because I'm doing this for a reason. My main reason here is so that when the reset happens, I don't get bamboozled. Because what ends up happening is I've ended up wasting lots of precious tokens. And besides, as you saw, I have to do major gearing restructuring in order to beat the that Doom Tower boss, because that Griffin is nasty. Like, straight up nasty. Killing him is going to be more annoying than anything. Because here's the thing. I have him. I like him. But his job, him doing his job means he's going to be a pain to fight. In general. I'm not saying he's invincible, but he's kind of designed to be invincible. Very much like Kyoku or Vogoth. He is designed to be a massive nuisance. Okay, that. Boom. Yeah, let's do this one. I like to go with 100 team power or less. Like a little over 100 team power or less. Because it makes my job a lot easier. Because the problem with going with over that, like, okay, you can, as you saw before, but the more likely you'll lose matches and the longer it's going to take to win. Go. We shot him. Ooh, that was brilliant. Alright, let's finish Mont with her off with some Death's Majesty. Obviously, I'm doing this to use up my tokens before the reset, which the reset happens shockingly fast, especially if you have other things to do in the world other than this game. I know, shocker, but that does happen. It happened to me today, and it sucked, but that sometimes you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it because bad stuff sometimes happens. Get the freeze, get the provoke. I will be doing Genshin Impact later today, probably, just to see if I can beat put Death's Majesty in there, and we just have Kitus, who I didn't 6-star, and I probably should have. Bingo! And then, of course, we're going to augment this with some standard arena. Now, this is one team that I can use. Is that Guardian gear? There we go, we got a shear. Because we already did a fair amount of arena and stuff. And we finished advanced for here. Now we're just going to try to finish advanced for the other account. Yeah, that's just some channel statistics on stuff I do on my channel. My channel is slowly growing. Like and subscribe, and you can increase its rate of growth, because I want to continue to try to grow it despite the fact it is an uphill battle. It seems to grow it, but I will do my best. I still have to help Tyrell out, which is going to take a while. We'll do one Fire Knight on here. I am going to demo other Fire Knight. The reason I'm going to do a Fire Knight is because right now, Rosin is in a weird spot on here. And I'm going to try to get him to 60 soon. But I want to try to time it with getting more food, because I want to prove that I am No. No further requests? Really? That's odd. That is really odd, honestly. You think someone would have asked a question by now. There's a reason I'm doing this. I have a better team, it's just not on this account. This account, Rosin is not prepared to do what he needs to do, which is to beat up Fire Knight above this level. Maybe I can include him, but he's not ready. He is not ready yet. Keywords yet. Because I'm going to use him as an augmented tool versus this monster. Another problem is we don't have Cold Heart. Cold Heart would make this hella easier. Because Cold Heart has that 4-hitter, massive damage to the Fire Knight, decreases turn meter with enough accuracy. Like, Cold Heart does so much for this boss. It's stupid. Generally speaking, Cold Heart does so much for this boss. And the problem with Allure, if you couldn't tell, is she's kind of squishy, and I have to try to devise a build also that's less squishy for her, because she has to go into negative affinity Fire Knight. And now that sounds like a great and fun and entertaining thing to go into negative affinity Fire Knight. It's not. If you don't have Cold Heart. Because Cold Heart doesn't have a negative affinity, for one thing. That's another thing I neglected to mention. Did I mention Cold Heart doesn't have a bad affinity? Which allows me to take on any Fire Knight. Pretty much. As long as I can keep Cold Heart alive, I can take the Fire Knight right on. Like, that's the power, the might of Cold Heart. As long as I can keep her alive and try to land some of her debuffs and damage and decrease its turn meter, she will kick the Fire Knight's butt. Pretty much. Her and Rosin combined, especially. Although Rosin alone might be able to do it, I just have to prepare him. I'm hoping, though, to find a Cold Heart someday on this account, because the Cold Heart will allow me to create a good Fire Knight team. But until Plarium gives me my Cold Heart, I'm not going to be able to do it. It's just a rare. And yet, Plarium makes it so hard to get Cold Heart. And it sucks. Because there's a whole bunch of progression I can't do, practically, without Cold Heart specifically. Unless, like, maybe I'll use Visix plus Allure. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. Visix plus Allure. Because I don't see Visix, Allure, Rosin, because I do not, like, I may not end up getting Cold Heart anytime soon. I'm going to keep playing on this account, especially until I get Cold Heart. There is no way. Actually, there's no way either way, because I have to do it for the clan, but other than that, one of the biggest reasons is to get Cold Heart. It's like, Plarium, just give me Cold Heart, please. Okay, since we're nearing the end of this, there we go. Not what I wanted, but it gives me the quest. 4 upgrade attempts. On whose gear should we do it on? How about you? Two, 3, 4. That's all I can afford anyway. Fight in Classic Arena from 4 different affinities. We can have that arranged. I'll put Madam in there. Yes! There we go! Boom, shakalaka. Got that. And then craft a perception artifact at the forge. No, I still need crit damage. I have yet to get the gauntlet. I still don't... That's still not what I wanted, but it's useful. Crit rate is useful. Okay. Defeat 1 faction wars boss. Use 12 crypt keys. Okay. So, what do we got for high elves? It's bad, but it'll do. It's bad, but it'll do. How's that? How is that? Note to self. I have to help Luthia next clan versus clan. Or Alexander the Sharpshooter, if he's worth anything. Maybe I could do it as a litmus test, but I'd rather do Luthia. Because I think Luthia is a better bet. I don't know if Alexander the Sharpshooter is worth the investment. I can't tell at this point. Include vaults. I mean, I guess Eris could be good in this faction. I'm trying to think of who can I invest in. Luthia really does come to mind, though. Luthia does come to mind. Because in the end, I want to try to get some of these better glyphs. Me going for low-level glyphs is not cutting it anymore. I know you were trying to burn me. I saw that. I saw that. The thing is, it is ironic that the two champions that I've invested most in this faction are not damage dealers. Because if I can invest in Luthia as a damage dealer, I should be able to have this cold. Oh, wonderful. He stole my speed buff. He stole my speed buff. He stole my speed buff. This guy is so annoying, this boss. Gotta try to keep Luthia alive. She's the DPS. Oh no. Man, I hate that. No. Heals for 13k off of that. Now I remember why I hate this boss. This boss is so cheap. You have to have a stupidly developed team really to mow him down, honestly. I mean, we kind of mowed him down, but... I am gonna do some... I guess some Griffin. Guess I could try this. This is probably as far as I can go. But I want to see if I can make it any further past the other Crypt Keeper. Just to, Man, they all got to go nuts. She hits hard, man. She's got potential. It's definitely there. It's definitely there. Give her a couple more levels. I'm pretty sure with enough nuke gear, Luthia can smack. Okay, yeah, no. Let's try to make auxiliary process over here. I am thinking of putting Aethel in here instead. Deacon, of course, would be a major welcome thing here to this squad. Because my Faction Wars squad here is not complete, really. Because there are some champions I own on this account that would, like Aethel, that would actually change this significantly. I mean, I guess he's good for certain parts of this. I know for a fact we can swap out Crusader later. I know that for a fact. My main purpose for doing this is the buffs. Not just the buffs, the advanced quests. Because it's really important for me to do advanced quests because it gives me energy fuel so I don't have to burn my gems, and not burning gems is good whenever you're trying to make alright, so the most important thing is not to continue that. I'll be doing more faction wars. I mean, not faction wars. This stuff, Tag Arena, off screen. Because obviously you don't want to watch me run through a bunch of that. What we're going to do instead... we're just going to fight a bunch of Griffin. That's what we're going to do. That is what I am going to do. Because I have to cope with the fact that I may not end up killing the other version of the Griffin. And that's literally... Because I need a lot of resist in attack. I need to forge a true nuker. Now, I do run this on auto often, but it's good to at least show this once on manual, and then I'm just going to run it on auto battles afterwards. At least that's my plan. Because I'm tired and I want to see what's going on with Elden Ring. You know? Because Elden Ring looks really cool! Like, have you seen how cool that game looks? It's even cooler looking than Raid. It's really cool. Like, seriously. Alright, we made it to the boss. Yay, the boss. And that's exactly why I don't like this boss. This boss is such a nuisance. Case in point. He removes the buffs each time, man. It's barbaric. I'm like, this only gets worse when I get to the other version. Because he starts building up those Skybond stacks so quick. And you need to have a nuke build later to beat him. I mean, we could easily just lose this straight up. It's not like I haven't before lost this. Can Kale clutch it? This is really scary. I think I'm dead. I think I screwed up. Alright. Edit team. This is why I hate this boss. Anyone asks me why I hate this boss, this is why. This boss is scary as sin, man. Ugh. What do I want to even do versus this boss? Drexthar probably right for the DPS. I know he's the wrong affinity, but I don't care. I have too much hate of this boss now after having to face him on that final floor. And Deacon's worthless versus him and everything. The boss fills me. This boss fills me full of hate because of what happened last night. It's like, I don't know, like, to get enough damage to finish him, or come close to finishing him right now, is nothing short of a miracle. Alright. That's my problem. Because these suckers take almost no damage, and it's embarrassing. We're gonna want to target the Dracos first, because the Dracos are the main source of damage. And then the triple Krisk. Well, I was gonna say triple Krisk, but no, they have a Rosin. Rosin is obtainable, more obtainable as a free-to-play than Krisk is. Krisk, if you get Krisk as a free-to-play, you've won a jackpot, like a lottery. Because he's literally that obscurely difficult. You can't fuse him. There's no way to fuse a Krisk. You have to pull him. There's literally no way to fuse a Krisk. One thing I like about having Drexthar in here, not only is he a bait, because he's Force Affinity, he keeps the sucker on fire 24/7. Which, if you couldn't tell by now, is a very useful thing to do to this vermin. Even though he does transfer it back, still the DPS from that's decent. And of course, they keep the eyes on the Drexthar, who's not as easy to kill as a spirit host. So that tends to help. See? Revive the distraction. Ow. Got him. Got him! And then I just have to run that auto, the comp on auto 4 more times later. Because I'm tired right now. I know that's something that may not happen to you, but it's happened to me.